Exodus 19, Bible Study, KJV. Exodus chapter 19 marks a turning point in the entire narrative of the Bible. Until this moment, God has been delivering his people. From this point forward, he begins to form them into his covenant people. After leaving Egypt, crossing the Red Sea, and experiencing God's provision in the wilderness, the Israelites arrive at Mount Sinai in the third month. This is not just a geographical arrival. This is a spiritual appointment set by God himself. Why did God not lead them directly into the promised land? Because salvation is not the end of God's plan. It is only the beginning. God did not only want to rescue them, he wanted to transform them into a holy nation. 1. Arrival at Sinai, salvation must lead to transformation, verses 1 through 2. The Israelites camp before Mount Sinai. This mountain will become the place where heaven meets earth. From a Hebrew perspective, salvation is not merely escape from danger. It is a covenant relationship with God. Today, many believers stop at salvation, but God calls us further into obedience, transformation, and holiness. 2. God's declaration, a kingdom of priests, verses 3 through 6. God speaks through Moses. If ye will obey my voice indeed and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, and ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and an holy nation. This reveals God's heart. 3 identities are given: a treasured possession, a kingdom of priests, a holy nation. A priest represents God to people and people to God. This means Israel was chosen not for privilege alone, but for purpose to reveal God to the world. This applies directly to us today. We are not saved just to receive blessings. We are called to reflect God's glory in our lives. 3. The people's response, the limits of human will, verses 7 through 8. The people respond, all that the Lord hath spoken we will do. At first glance, this seems like perfect obedience, but later they fail. Why? Because human strength alone is not enough to fulfill God's law. This moment reveals a deep truth. We need grace, not just determination. 4. Preparation for God's presence, the meaning of holiness, verses 9 through 15. God commands the people to consecrate themselves. They wash their clothes. They prepare themselves. Boundaries are set around the mountain. Why? Because God is holy. The Hebrew word kadosh means set apart. God is completely different from humanity. Holiness is not optional, it is required to approach the presence of God. In modern times, we often approach God casually. But Exodus 19 reminds us, God is not common. He is holy. 5. God descends, the power of his presence, verses 16 through 20. Thunder, lightning, thick cloud, trumpet sound, fire. The mountain trembles violently. This is not just a dramatic scene. It is a revelation of God's glory and power. The people tremble. Only Moses ascends. This introduces a critical concept. A mediator is needed between God and man. In the Old Testament, Moses stands in that role. In the New Testament, Jesus Christ becomes the perfect mediator. 6. Boundaries and reverence. God's love in order, verses 21 through 25. God warns the people not to break through the boundary. Even priests must be careful. Why would God restrict them? Because his holiness is overwhelming. This is not rejection, it is protection. God establishes boundaries not to push people away, but to bring them safely into relationship with him. Conclusion, the message of Exodus 19. Exodus 19 teaches us 3 powerful truths. First, salvation is the beginning, not the end. Second, God calls us to be holy and set apart. Third, God is both fearful and loving, majestic and relational. Today, God still calls us, you are mine, you are set apart. Live as my people. The question we must ask is, are we truly living as God's people today? Thank you.